Hello, my name is Lockdown of Mystery Man. This is my fifth ever bold and beautiful review for the episode I aired on Thursday, April 20th, 2023. The 9,002 episode of Bold and the Beautiful. Which, honestly, if you was to think about the first three episodes of the Bold and the Beautiful 8,000 episode, this is already out to a much better start. Considering the first three episodes of The Bold and the Beautiful of the 8,000s was Hope crying about a not dead daughter. And, Hope crying about a not dead daughter, which, that might be, I hope no one gets mad at me for that. That's just what the that's what the storyline was. The stupidest storyline in soap opera history, in my opinion. Oh, well, unless then again, Guiding Light did have those two cousins who was kissing, so. This is a toss-up, honestly. Just depends. But anyways, getting into this episode, it was... No, oh wait, I forgot. 3 days in a row with no Thomas. Hallelujah, I was so happy. I'm like, the less of Thomas I have to see, the better. Because Thomas is quite possibly, right now, the worst character in any soap opera. He's not the worst character on any TV show ever because there's a few shows out there that got much worse characters. But in soap operas, he's the worst character. At this point right now in time, he is the worst soap opera character right now, honestly. I'll get into that a little bit later. But getting into this episode, I think this episode was kind of was both basically just all kind of filler. Like what are the Coen? I guess the Coen storyline right now is everybody just waiting for RJ to return, so we can all see what happens there. But other than that, you got Carter, who, as I explained yesterday, I think should just dump Katie himself, just get that out of the way. It was fun, Katie. It was a night, I don't know, 2 months, but anyway, thank you for nothing, and goodbye, have a nice life. Please go back to Bill, because I think that's what's going to happen here. And what other than that, Sheila and Taylor were still talking, so Taylor's still acting like she's, oh, no, wait, I'm sorry. Taylor now gone back to, being a 7-year-old, because I remember there was one day in school where my friend, was me and my friends, we was doing something. A little girl went to a teacher. Said she threatened to hit me, and she reacted and spoke the exact same way Taylor did in this episode of Sheila. Bill, she's threatening me. Like, aren't you supposed to be a grown woman who's 55 or something? How old is Taylor supposed to be? 8, 60? Okay, I don't want to put any women down for the age, but she got to be 50, 52. I don't know how old the actress is in real life, but the character's gotta be 55, 58? She's gotta be older than my parents. She's gotta be, because my parents look so much nicer and look like they're in better shape. And my mom works as a custodian, so she has to lift a lot of heavy objects, but I'm pretty sure my mom could beat Taylor in a fight at this point. My mom had to work my mom was in the custodian for school, and her main job is to lift tables. And I'm pretty sure she could still probably kick most people on this soap opera. I'm pretty sure she could kick most of them. But anyway, back to Taylor. She's crying like a baby. Like, Sheila, you will never see you will never hurt any of us again. Who exactly? The Logans, the Forresters, the Spencers, the Hazes, I'm assuming. But what do you mean by Hazes though? Because it's talking about you, because you're not a Forrester, you're not a Spencer, you're not a Logan, you're not even a Maloney. Which, as if you don't know who they are, those are Widge's biological father. But I don't want to get into that because at least Eric chose to be Widge's father of his own free will. He wasn't manipulated into doing it. But anyways, so Taylor's just a 5-year-old at this point. That's about it. Taylor's just a 5-year-old. Although at least Bill still knows how to threaten people, because this ain't the first time Bill's threatened somebody in prison. It ain't the first time Bill's threatened somebody in prison. I'll be perfectly honest with you. This ain't even the first time Bill's been to prison. This might have been the first time Taylor has ever been to prison. Also, didn't Taylor kill Allie's mom? And that is why Allie hated Steffi in 2016 when Allie died, because she wanted to get revenge for her dead mom who Taylor killed. So Bill's not even the first person she's killed. She tried to kill. She did kill Allie's mom. if what Allie's dead ghost mom said was correct. And also, that was a weird storyline, because why was Allie's mom ghost so adamant about her basically trying to kill Steffi? Because not Steffi thought her mom killed you. Like, you can't blame the child for the actions of their parents. Unless, of course, it's Thomas and Douglas. And then you can. For many reasons, but I don't want to sound like a hypocrite. I'll get to that later. So yeah, that's Taylor talking. I don't care. I skipped. I muted it. I did not care. If you care, maybe you can tell me in the comments section what happened. But honestly, I could not care less about Taylor at this point. Sheila was funny though. Like, she was like, I will find a way to hurt you even from this prison. I like Sheila, honestly. I have no idea about her history on the show because I wasn't alive when most of it took place, so I can only go off of what people have told me, but she at least seems funny. She at least seems funny. And she's no worse than Thomas. I don't know who's worse, but they gotta be at the same level, I'm assuming. But other than that, what else happened? Bill and Katie are talking. Katie's like, no, when Bill comes back, he goes talk to Katie, and Carter's just standing there the whole time. I'm like, Carter, if you do not dump Katie tomorrow, what? You are becoming the biggest idiot on this show. Just dump Katie, Carter. Cut your losses. Say thank you for nothing, Katie. It was a horrible 2 months, and that was like a horrible, 5, 6 months maybe. Just cut your losses and move on with your life, Carter. You're a very handsome man, Carter. You'll find somebody else. Trust me, Carter. You'll find somebody else. So Bill comes in and Bill's like, Katie, I still care about you. Which, I like Katie and Bill together most of the time, because most of the time whenever he builds with Katie, at least he comes off as likable and not annoying. But other than that, they're just talking. Bill's like, Katie, I still want to be with you now. And only you, I think, this time, because I don't want your sister. Because when nobody wants to be with Brooke anymore. I think Brooke is now into the path of, I don't know. She might have too many things wrong with her. Well, except for Hollis, who is the most desperate man in the world, apparently. Hollis, I've been saying this since like my first video, but if you want to sleep with Brooke, all you gotta do is sleep with Taylor first. Just call Taylor up. It should not be that difficult. Should not be that difficult to get Taylor into bed, I'm just saying. So other than that, now we can get to the Hope and Deacon portion of the program, as I like to call it. Really, Hope? You can put Sheila down, but yet somehow the psychopath who told you that your daughter was dead and it was a good thing is a good guy then. Okay, yeah, that makes sense, you hypocrite. Yeah, that makes sense, hypocrite. Hope the hypocrite. I like to say hypocrite because it's like you take the word hope and you take hypocrite and you combine them. But Hope the hypocrite's also good too. That's always kind of been my nickname for Hope the hypocrite, because that kind of is her entire character basically for the past 12 years. She's just been incredibly a hypocrite 85% of the time she's been on this program. So they're talking and talking and talking. I always think it was, can we please get James Corden back? Because I would love to see his reaction to Thomas. You're like, really, this guy? I'm British, and even I can figure out that this guy's clearly insane. And clearly needs psychological help. Oh, and I found out that other guy with him was Little Nas X. I hope I'm saying that correctly. I think he's some rapper. I'm not the biggest. I like rap, but I only listen to good rappers like Snoop Dogg and Eminem. Not trying even to be mean there. I'm just saying those are the only two rappers that those are only the only two rappers I listen to. So they're talking and talking. Now I'm thinking, is this foreshadowing for when Thomas turns evil again and once again becomes a horrible person? Because everything Hope has been saying about Sheila could be also be said about what I've been saying about Thomas for 2 months now. He's crazy. He's insane. He's a horrible person. He's done horrible, unforgivable things. He murdered Emma, which he still has not paid for, which I'm still upset about, and I will continue to be upset, but I'll get back to that in a minute. So then Sheila and Deacon are talking. Well, I kind of feel bad for Deacon, because it's clear that he somehow fell in love with Sheila, and he's clearly upset about it, because Deacon is the only person on this program who cares about his child, because Widge honestly doesn't really care about his kids, honestly. If you look at Widge as a father, if you look for the entire history of Widge Forrester as a father, he does not care about his kids. He acts like he cares about his kids, but if he did care about his kids, he probably would have sent Thomas away after Xander told him that Thomas killed Emma. I'm just saying. That should have probably been a red flag, Widge, to send your son away, but did you know? No, we all know what you did. You just went, all he did was lie. Not like he actually murdered anybody. He didn't kidnap Beth. All he did was lie. But so did Xander, but you fired him. You told Xander he was a horrible person. You fired him. I'm sorry, but Xander Avon is the most screwed over man in Bold and the Beautiful history. I'm gonna make a separate video talking about how great Xander was. Because that man was awesome. That man was awesome. And Emma too one day. I'm gonna make a video on how great those people was. Because Emma really was supposed to be the savior of this show, and so was Xander, but you know. Brad Bell decided to go in the opposite direction. But getting back to Taylor. Taylor and Bill would leave, and Bill goes back to talk to Katie. And I don't know what happened to Taylor. Hopefully maybe she got on a plane and went back to Africa to pretend like she's helping people. You know, hopefully she got on a plane and we will never see Taylor again. But I have a feeling she's still going to be on this program, so yippee. So now Hope gets to Thomas and Deacon. I love Deacon here so much. Like, so Hope, how's it going with the psychopath that you have employed? Hope's like, it's going fine. Everything's fine. I'm not having a mental breakdown. Yeah, sure you're not. So how does Liam feel about it? Oh, he's still trying to come to terms, but I think he's going to be over it eventually. So Deacon's like, so he's still not happy about it. And Deacon's like, well, I wouldn't be either. You're my daughter, and I'm pissed about it. Like, think about this from Deacon's perspective. Deacon has to see that his daughter is working with a man who told Hope that her daughter was dead. And due to the fact that Hope is Deacon's daughter, Thomas also lied about Deacon's granddaughter being dead. So do you not think Deacon would be upset about that? I'm just saying, Deacon clearly has a motive to not like Thomas. More so than just if you meet Thomas. But I'll get back to that in a minute. So they're talking. It just seemed like a way to keep Hope there so she doesn't have to go back to Forrester because, well, nobody else is apparently at Forrester. Because I wonder, what do people do when they're not on screen on this show? Do they do anything or do they all just stand there like this? Well, I guess we just wait. So they're talking. I'm like, please hurry up. Like, this is only 19 minutes long. But now I think we're going to get to a part of this show that I've been trying to explain to a lot of people for a while, but I don't hate Thomas Forrester. I don't. Well, I hate this Thomas. I hate the current Thomas. But I don't hate the actor. I got nothing against the actor as an actor, as a person, as a man, as a human being. I got nothing against the guy that plays Thomas. Matthew something. I'm not good with people's last names. I mean, my last name is very weird, but I'm not going to reveal that yet. But anyways, I got nothing against the guy that plays him, Matthew something. But my whole thing with Thomas is that he could be the best character on this show if he was not obsessed with Hope, and if the Hope and Thomas fans would just get over it and move on from it, because it's never ever going to happen. Not real. It's never legitimately going to happen. It might happen, possibly, just to then have Hope cry about it for 2 months, so then she can run back to Liam like she always does, because that's how this program works. Hope and Liam break up. Hope and Liam get back together. Hope and Liam break up. They get back together. Oh look, she ran away to Italy after her son died. 4 years later, Hope and Liam get back together in 2018. 2019, same thing. 2020, same thing. 2021, same thing. 2022, same thing. 2023, the same thing. So basically, by this time next year, Hope and Liam will still be together. So Hope and Thomas fans, just move on. Get over it. I don't know. Maybe you guys should be more worried about. Maybe you guys should think about what's gonna happen if Caroline comes back, or what's gonna happen when RJ comes back and he destroys Thomas. But anyways, I would like not to make this another I hate Thomas program, so I would like to say this about Thomas Forrester's character. I actually like Thomas for most of the time I've been a fan of this show. I started watching this show in October, November, or September of 2011. So for the 12 years I've been a fan of this, in 2012, 2013, 2011, 2013, he wasn't on the show in 2014 like at all, so that doesn't count. 15, 16, 17, 8, and 18. I've been a fan. I was a fan of Thomas. I was one of the biggest Thomas supporters on here. I had a YouTube channel in 2012, and I was talking about Thomas. Granted, I don't know. Granted, I don't know who would watch a 9 year. I don't know who would watch a 9 year. I don't know who would watch a 10-year-old talking about a soap opera. But hey, maybe somebody would. I don't know who would, but maybe somebody would, because I was 10 at the time, so don't know who would watch me. But if I had a YouTube channel, okay, let me go with 2016, because I was in 2016, if I had a YouTube channel, I would be one of Thomas's biggest defenders, honestly. Because he is because overall, Thomas is my second all-time favorite soap opera, my second favorite all-time bold and beautiful character. Legitimately. Because in 2011, he was my second favorite character behind Liam. 2012, same thing. 2013, same thing. 2015, same thing. 2016, same thing. 2017, same thing. 2018, he was my third favorite character because Wyatt had became awesome by that point. Also, the reason I like Wyatt is because the guy that plays Wyatt, Darren Brooks, was also Max Brady on Days of Our Lives. And Max Brady is my all-time favorite Days of Our Lives character. And he might be my favorite. And he might be my favorite soap opera character of all time. It's between him, Chase, and Liam. It's between Max Brady, Chase, Harrison Chase, who is awesome. Whenever I get to my General Hospital review, that's gonna tell you how much I like Chase, and Liam from Bold and the Beautiful. Yeah, those are my pretty much in contention for my top 3 favorite soap opera characters of all time. So that's another reason why I like Wyatt, because Max Brady is literally my favorite Days of Our Life character of all time. So that helps. But getting back to me trying to tell everybody that I don't hate Thomas, I just hate this Thomas. I've always used to like Thomas because he always reminded me of a guy who wanted to be good but was always screwed over by people. But now he's causing himself to be a bad person. Like before, you could see it as he was trying to be a good guy, but he kept getting obstacles in his way. But now Thomas personally keeps going back to this obsession with Hope. Just move on with your life, dude. Get over it. Tell Douglas the truth. Tell Douglas, I'm sorry, Douglas. The only reason Hope became your mom was because Beth was dead. That's the truth, people. I like to be honest on here, and that's what I honestly believe. Because, I'll get back to that in a minute. Other than just tell Douglas the truth. Move to New York with Douglas so you guys can go live with Caroline moms. So you guys can go with Douglas' lesbian grandmas. Who remember that storyline from 2012? Douglas does have lesbian grandmas. Caroline does have 2 moms. So go live with your lesbian grandmas, Douglas. That seemed like a fun time. And Hope get over it eventually, not like it's a weird child. She'll move on with her life. You can't cry about a child that was never yours. So anyways, that's what that's why I used to like Tommy, because I thought he was awesome. And I thought Peeled Ford, I'm thinking that's his name. Well, anyway, the third guy to play Thomas, I thought played Thomas the best because he was funny, interesting, not ugly, and not boring. At least Thomas had a personality. His personality was, I'm Thomas Forster. I want to do good. I want to make my family proud, and I like to sleep with women, which I think is a character that they need more of on soap operas. Just a dude who respects women. Yes, absolutely, you always respect women, but he also doesn't want to be tied down to just one woman. He likes to meet different women so he can get more experience, Because that Thomas clearly did not care who it was as long as he got to be with some woman, and I really appreciated it. I really found it to be great because I was like in my teenage years then, so I was like a teenage bunchy boy. I started, puberty happened and a lot of stuff changed. I'll just leave it at that, But yeah, so I used to like Thomas, and I thought Adam Grinch. Grindry, something like that. I thought his portrayal of Thomas was probably the second best portrayal of Thomas, because Thomas at that time was, sort of kind of mild psychopath, possibly. Still kind of weird, but also at least funny at times, And plus, I never saw the first Thomas. Drew Christopher something Bell. I never saw him. I never saw his version of Thomas. I have seen it on YouTube, and well, Well, he seemed normal, Dale. Although I did love the fact that he married a woman just to keep her in the country. That is awesome and funny. I don't know why he did that though, but still a better marriage than his one to hope. At least that woman wanted to marry him and not because she thought her daughter was dead. But she had a reason to marry him because she thought she was going to be deported. Well, other than that, I mean, it's better than his second marriage, which only happened because Hope thought her daughter was dead. Which is the truth. She said it. Look at the episode up. So other than that, I just want people to understand that I don't hate Thomas Foster. I hate the current Thomas, the guy played by Matthew. I think that Thomas is horrible, disgusting, stupid, an idiot, a weirdo, a crybaby, and needs to get over himself and needs to move on with his life and just move on from Hope. It's not that difficult, Thomas. I mean, she's Hope. I mean, she's Hope Logan. I mean, she's not the greatest person in the world. I mean, not exactly like you're fighting for a woman who is amazing. She's Hope. Hope Logan belongs with Liam. Let's all be perfectly honest here. I mean, that's what Brad Bell have said himself on several occasions. He said that. He said, "I prefer Hope and Liam to Steffi and Liam." So you just gotta accept your battles. You got to lose your battles, Thomas. Just move on. And plus, RJ's coming back tomorrow, so that review is going to be about how great RJ is and how he's pretty much going to be the savior of this program. But I want to take this back around to the ending of this episode where Bill and Katie was talking because, well, Bill, as many of you know, I say Bill help end. Well, up until 2018, my favorite couple, Liam and Steffi. But at the same time, you can't really blame Bill for that because, well, I guess you can blame Bill, but at the same time, Steffi could have said no. She could have said no because why did Steffi sleep with Bill? Anybody know? Oh yeah, that's why. Because she thought she saw Liam kiss Sally, so she slept with his dad. Which, wait, that's a weird turn of events. So yeah, that's why I've never not liked Bill. And plus, Bill has always been funny to me. And plus, I always loved Bill whenever something bad would happen to Thomas. Like in 2019, Bill was like, they were talking to him. Bill was like, and I think it was Wyatt or Liam saying, "Well, Thomas, we got an update on Thomas." And Bill's like, "Well, is there a chance that he won't make it?" I'm like, is there? Like, really? Did he not make it? Is he gone? Is he gone? He gonna come back like 6 months from now, a much better person? Oh. And then my second one back when Brad Bell almost revealed that Thomas killed Emma. Still not gonna let that one die. So Thomas is in the room and Bill comes in and I'm like, "Bill, please take the plug out. Come on, Brad. White Bill to do it. Come on, Brad. If there was ever a way to redeem Bill Spencer fully from when he sleeps with Steph, just pull the plug out and end the Thomas nightmare." And just end the Thomas nightmare. You can bring Thomas back in like 6 months as a much better person. But they did it because here comes Widge. Here comes Widge. "Get away from my son, the lying, murdering psychopath." I'm like, come on, Widge. Get over yourself, dude. You are the worst father in Bold and Beautiful history because you refuse to acknowledge the fact that your children have made mistakes. Like Thomas was apparently the victim here. Because Brooke thought he was trying to murder Hope or something. No, maybe not murder, but attack, beat. I don't know. And then Steffi, slept with Bill, which apparently Widge saw as, well, it's not her fault. It's actually your fault, Liam, because you kissed Sally first. It is actually your fault, Liam. And you should forgive her because she's my daughter. I mean, that all happened. Go back and watch 2018, and you tell me if Widge handled it correctly. Because I mean, if I had a daughter and she did that, I would not hate my daughter, but I would be like, well, I can't say I'm proud of you. I mean, I can't say that I'm proud of you, but So that's why I've never hated Bill. And plus, Bill, whenever he's with Katie, he's awesome. And plus, out of everybody, he's the only person. He created the only man to ever come in between Liam and Hope for actually an extended period of time. Wyatt Spencer. No, I'm sorry, Wyatt Fuller Spencer. Because we can't forget Quinn. We can't forget Quinn Fuller. You know, that everybody, that woman, everybody's crazy. You know, everybody's crazy over obsessive mom. Which for my mom is nothing like her. Cause, cannot imagine having Quinn as a mom. But yeah, so yeah. Wyatt, as I've stated, is the only man to ever come in between Hope and Liam for good because he actually got Hope to marry him and had Hope's own one and only son. Because Hope only has 2 children, Beth and 1 son. Point blank. I will never, ever count Douglas as her son, and no one's ever going to convince me otherwise. No matter what anybody says, because it doesn't count as a child. You cannot become somebody's mom based on a lie. I'm sorry, you cannot. That is not how adoption works in the real world, people. And I don't care if this is a soap opera. I don't care if these are fictional characters. I don't care if you like Hope and Thomas. It's just not right, people. I'm sorry, it's just not. What makes it okay that Thomas told Hope that Beth was dead and that was a good thing? That she should be happy about it? Because that's what he's told her. He said, Hope, this is actually a good thing. Because, see, now you can be with me. And you know, I'm Thomas and I'm obsessed with you now because, well, I guess I now am because, I mean, for the past, like, I don't know, for the past, like, 10 years before this, I didn't give 3 damns about you. And now, all of a sudden, I'm obsessed with you because, well, Brad Bell needs a new villain, and, well, we ain't gonna redo the Steffi, Liam, and Hope love triangle from hell, so let's have Thomas replace Steffi, which basically what happened. So yeah, so maybe someone in the comments could fully explain to me why Hope as Douglas's mom makes sense. But I've always said that is a fake son, and I've always held that to be true. Even in 2019, I've always said the same thing. Because in my opinion, the only reason Hope is Douglas's mom right now in 2023 is because Douglas was the one who told Liam that Beth was alive. And I know some people are gonna go, well, where is Beth now? Hope doesn't care about Beth anymore. She probably hates her daughter. According to some people, I've actually seen some people on the comments. I've actually heard people say that she probably doesn't care about Beth anymore. I think that's just the current storyline of this show to make it seem like she wants to be with the creepy bastard Thomas. Oh man. Oh well. Yeah. So that's what's going on there. Some more stuff about that. You know, I honestly, I know this might come off as I don't like Thomas, but I don't want people to think that. I want you guys to think that I like Thomas if it was any other year but 2019, 2020, 21, 22, and 23. If it was 2018, Thomas would be my second favorite character. But no, third favorite character behind Wyatt. If it was 2015, he'd be my second favorite character. 2012, he'd be my second favorite character. The whole character of Thomas Forrester is my second all-time favorite bold and beautiful character behind Liam. But other than that, nothing else happened in this episode. That's why I'm kind of rambling, because I couldn't find much to talk about in the episode. Because it just seemed nothing important happened. I guess Carter and Katie are going to break up. I mean, Carter did seem annoyed with Katie. Like, really? You're going to believe this right in front of me? Could you at least wait until I'm out of the room to sleep with him again? Could you at least give me that benefit of the doubt? Carter, just move on with your life. I'm going to leave it at this. Tomorrow's episode should be very fun because, well, ladies and gentlemen, it is the return of the man who is here to save us from the disease and the sickness of Thomas Forrester. Widge Forrester Jr., better known as R.J. Forrester. So, see you guys tomorrow for that.